Morning. Good morning. My morning's going good, Vader. How's it going for you? John just sent me a picture. He works at a residential facility with people with schizophrenia. And this guy goes outside in the rain, and instead of taking his jacket, he just takes the hood. Like, you know, the hoods that you can take off and detach. So he's just wearing his hood outside. I'm doing pretty good. I woke up not long ago. I set my alarm and I woke up 8:30. So I'm proud of myself for keeping a reasonable. Usually I wake up at like 6:30 for work. So I didn't want to push it. I will, Pogs. That's one of the videos I'll be watching. Hey, Antonio. Hayden, Fabian, Vader, John, Wabe, Carol, Sean, Sarn, Kieran, Thomas, Philip, Luke, Pogs, Leech, Mango, Brando, Sandy. Oh, well, I hope you're comfortable. Gevi. No, you're such a brat. Literally those four. I was just telling Son, I'm like, there's one word I started saying that not a little okay. Vibin. Okay. John! You surprised me. Hi, how'd you know I was online? I actually could do I could do a giveaway, but I don't know how to do it on YouTube, so we'll have to do that another time. Hi, hey Dark. Good cap the Clone Wars. Thank you. Yes, I do too. Hi, Easy. When you start to see Star Wars, how you find all this great history? What do you mean? When I started to watch, when did I start to watch Star Wars? So yes, I've seen The Mandalorian. So I did start watching Star Wars. The prequels came out when I was young. So I saw the prequels in theater when they first came out. And I probably saw them once or twice back then. But seeing those movies without any context of it, things just don't hit the same, you know? I see them, I just see flashing lights. I'm like, it's a fight in space, and these people are being dramatic. And I even remember being like, I don't really understand the story. I feel like I walked in on something that I don't know the full picture of, and that's exactly what happened. Like, I didn't know the full picture of it. Oh, YouTube told you? By the way, Jack's my husband, so he's allowed to say some of the things he's saying. So. But, so yeah, I never grew up, I never saw the original Star Wars. I don't know why. I guess I just was never introduced to them, and I never really was super invested. When I was younger, I was more into Lord of the Rings at the time, so me and my friend were like really into it. We like raced to the theater, waited in line, got like pre-order tickets. We watched them over and over. We played the games. We played Trivial Pursuit, memorized like all the questions. So Lord of the Rings was like my thing back then. And so I was like really into them. Legolas was like my first crush sort of thing. So, yeah. Hey, Oliver. Hey, Knight. Julian. Paula. Hey, Thomas. Am I gonna watch season 2 Rebels before season 7? Yeah, so people have been asking me this. I'm planning based on it's gonna be now we've had 2 episodes, so 10 more weeks. If there's 12 episodes, 10 more weeks of waiting. So I don't have 10 weeks worth of Miss Clone Wars episodes or season 1 of Rebels. So it's fine if I miss a little bit of something. Like, it's not to me gonna be the end of the world. Everyone else has already seen it without season 7 since it's new. So yes, it would be an experience, but there's just not enough content to fill in between there if I want to keep my once a day. So you're bowing? What do you mean, Jevy? Yes, exactly. Oh, you're bowing to John. Gotcha. Revenge of Sith came out in your birth year. Yeah, I was born in 1990, so when was the first movie out? 95? I can't remember. Or they were early 2000s, right? But yeah, I was really into that back then. I think now I can say I'm into Star Wars, or I appreciate Star Wars a lot more than Lord of the Rings. Like, I didn't really go deep into like past like fanfic or anything else like that about Lord of the Rings. Um Typically I was into more fantasy versus sci-fi, but you guys can probably agree that Star Wars isn't really true sci-fi. I feel like Star Trek is more what I would consider sci-fi. Farscape in Star Wars is just like a story in space. It's interesting. It's hard to explain. Hey, Raven. Yeah, and I think that's fair. I think if people are naturally more emotional or comfortable with feeling what naturally is expressed, I think seeing people cry is a common thing that people do. Not everyone is emotional like that, but I certainly am. If I watch something, a trailer even, and it's emotional or the music's moving, John can attest to that. If I'm in a theater and I see a trailer, especially with animals or if it's a musical, I'll just start crying. Or when I saw a trailer for any of the Star Wars movies, I started crying because I'm just like overcome with like happiness and like, this is real. We get to experience this. It's just nice. Saw episode 4 in theater 77. Awesome. That's pretty cool because that was like big. Like, obviously the originals were like a big deal. Like, didn't they say the first one did, I forgot, I remember looking at the stats. I can't remember which of the originals did the best, but I will be watching all of Rebels. It's just about time-wise, I'm not going to hold back just because I want to finish season 7. Who's my favorite bad bat? I will say my least favorite is Crossfire because he's a butthole. Wrecker's entertaining and funny, but he's probably not my favorite. I think I like Tech because he's just so nerdy and logical. He's basically a droid in human form. So I did not read the Tolkien books. I tried reading them, but they were not my reading style, and so I had a hard time keeping up with them, you know? I tend to, when I read books, they tend to be more young adult style. I tried reading like Game of Thrones too, and that writing was a little bit easier, but still it wasn't eye-catching. I don't know. It just was hard for me to keep into it. Do I look forward to the new Lord of the Rings series? Oh, certainly. I'd love to see that. Like I said, I know more about Star Wars than I knew about Lord of the Rings back then, because again, when you read some of the background story, and I feel like the Clone Wars adds a lot of story, and I still have lots to read with Star Wars. I'm almost done with the Kanan comics. I've read Son of Dathomir, so I'm trying to keep up with the comics, and then I'll get more into the books, but I'm trying to catch all your questions. John. Hola. Welcome from Peru. Paquito, not really. No hablo español. I can understand bits of words. I took some Spanish, but it's very rough. Very rough. Spanish is probably the language I understand the most, if I was to read it. Because in America, that's probably the second. Technically, it's spoken quite commonly, but I have not read any books. The book I'm currently listening on audio is Darth Bane, and I have to read a lot more. Yeah, exactly. I'm listening to audio, but it depends on the book. I can read. It just sometimes a combination of that helps too. So I'm doing pretty good. Hot chocolate theory. I'm reading the Similarian at the moment, but it's written like a Bible. Yes. I think I tried reading the Similarian. I had that. I'm like, I tried reading The Hobbit, and that was hard for me too. It's just his writing is really old-fashioned. I had an easier time with C.S. Lewis, and they were good friends. I believe Tolkien and C.S. Lewis were friends. So I read a lot more C.S. Lewis than I did of Tolkien. The Group 99 this season is very similar to... Yes, yeah, exactly. I've heard that they can compare them. Yay, hi, man. Hi, Wilder. I'm learning learning English with you. Yeah, you're welcome to. I've had other people... I mean, I'm not the epitome of the English grammar and speaking, but I try to speak... I don't know. I try to speak so people understand me in any language, but... Yes, English is the most common. Obviously, it's our native tongue. But we're so close to the Mexican border that the further south you go, you have a lot more people that speak Spanish. So Spanish is almost always offered in school. It's an alternate language. And then you might get some Chinese, Mandarin, or Russian, or German, or French are the most common, I think, next languages we would learn in America. You'd recommend Revenge of the Sith novel? It turns the movie into... There are many, many books. ¿Dónde está el baño? Where's the bathroom? Yes. What's the most emotional scene of the Clone Wars for me? I mean, that Ahsoka scene was pretty good. And the obviously the Lawless episode... Those two, I think, I remember. Oh, and for whatever reason, the first episode with how mean Krell was being, that made me really, really upset. And that wasn't more sadness. That was more, like, frustration and just, like... So, those three scenes in Umbara... I'm forgetting the word now. I keep saying Utapo, because everyone keeps saying that, but... I have been playing Knights of the Old Republic on my Twitch channel. I'm going in between Knights of the Old Republic. I'm over halfway through Jedi Fallen Order right now, and I played Commando one Twitch stream. I think I got halfway through. I don't know how long it is. Star Wars Thrawn, A Dark Discipline. Yes, I do have those on my list because I've heard really good things about both the Dark Discipline and the Thrawn series. One of our friends is obsessed with Thrawn, and he just praises the Thrawn books. So, which Star Wars Legends books have I read? I have not read any books. I'm currently working on my first, which is the Darth Bane series. Darth Bane book. Do I like Harry Potter? Yes. I was one of those older where I started reading the first book back in like middle school, I think, when it came out for me, middle or elementary school. And I'm like, I don't like it. Because the first one starts off kind of okay, if you guys have read them. And then I actually finished the whole series, I think 5 or 6 years ago, because my friend's like obsessed and she's been trying for years to get me to read them. So I did watch the Harry Potter series. I mean, I watched the movies and then I read the books of Harry Potter. I was one of those fans. And obviously the books are better. But when I read the books, I visualized the characters I've seen in the movies. So yes, my house is Ravenclaw. I think that's probably a given. Yeah. I will be watching 2003 Clone Wars TV show, yes. The unfinished, no, because part of them are season 7. Maybe the ones that weren't covered. We'll see. Which Star Wars are you looking forward and playing like Jedi Fallen Order? Oh, Jedi Fallen Order has been super awesome. Like, people can say, like, I've really liked Hey World TV, Hey Cole. Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order has been super, super fun. The people who have been watching my Twitch streams can say, like, I'm playing on Grandmaster, because people were like, play Grandmaster! So I'm like, fine, which normally I do baby story mode. But I'm glad I'm challenging myself, because normally I do, like, easy mode. But I'm enjoying challenging myself and getting things done and getting as far as I have. And, like, failing and failing and failing again. Yeah, don't, it's not a good, it doesn't look good coming into someone's channel and ask to promote it. Instantly makes me not want to promote it, just saying. But yes. And I do have, I think I bought The Force Unleashed. I may play that at some point. It's not on my instant to-do list, but I need to finish Jedi Fallen Order, then Commando, and Knights of the Old Republic. Those are my games I'm currently kind of in. I will finish Rebels. I probably will not finish Rebels before I watch Rogue One. I think I'm planning on watching Rogue One in 2 to 3 weeks. I'm kind of doing like similar space between all the movies I've released so far, but we'll see. I could watch we're gonna watch the 2000 Clone Wars in a similar watch-along format because they're kind of like an hour blocks or something from what I heard. No, 5 should not be forgotten. It's emotional, but for whatever reason, it could have been that day. It's really sad, but I think for me, the things that trigger my emotions is music. And man, that Ahsoka scene, that music is just like, gets it stuck in my head. So, hey David, hope you're doing good too. I'm halfway through Rebels Season 1. I'm doing it simultaneously as finishing the other episodes I missed. Thank you, Hot Chocolate. I know bonjour, but I don't say it very well, so I try to refrain from saying the limited French words I know because I tried learning it and I butchered it. My friend's a French major, and she says it so eloquently, and I gave up, so. Darth Bane is an awesome book. It does the KOTOR series, adding more yeah, which I always love. That's what I've really loved about learning more about Star Wars is it's more than when I first saw the movies. I'm like, oh, it's fighting in space, and there's some emotional scenes that I'm like kind of connected to. But when you read more about it, the more you absorb in the world, the deeper you see it is. Like, it is legitimately like politics, the complexities of war. Like, it's not black and white with emotions, and like it's a complex in religion and beliefs and relationships and a whole history and a lore and learning and people trying to learn from the past and trying to not make the future like the past, but failing because humans, again, as beings, we are bound to fail in some capacity in order to succeed first. So it's just really interesting about, I don't know. It really is a good, we can learn a lot of lessons from Star Wars. It really is. I understand now when people are like, Star Wars is life. Star Wars is so much more than that. I completely get where those people are saying now. At least how I relate to it. Yeah, Sauron, I do play Star Wars games. I like I said, primarily when I stream, I stream at least 3 days a week on my Twitch channel. Weekdays are after work and weekends. If I wouldn't be on YouTube right now, I'd be on Twitch. But I do YouTube for the people who are on here. And I just don't do it regularly because Twitch is my main base. But it's fun to do with them on here sometimes. Hello from Russia. Hi. I do like Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I was just telling people that was my first big fandom when I was younger. I watched all the movies, played the video game. I remember one scene, I don't even think we finished. Me and my friend were playing the Lord of the Rings game on Xbox. I think it was the RPG where you could be like Legolas, Aragorn, Gandalf, or Gimli, and you're like running through this tunnel scene, and the rocks are coming down. I think you're going to a dwarven cavern, and then we kept failing over and over again getting the rocks. We wouldn't run fast enough exiting, and the rocks would crumble and kill us. My friend got so mad that he threw his controller. That's beside the point. It's not. I don't recommend that behavior, but we lost many an Xbox controller because of that game. You paying rent off this gig? What? My Twitch channel it's in my about section on YouTube, but it's my handle is XELLLE. So it's Zell with 3 L's because 2 L's was taken, even though this person never gets on, and I've been looking for them to get their channel removed for ages. And I'm pretty sure even Gazelle is taken on there, so Zell with 3 L's. I know, it's not super. Thanks, Keth. Has Clone Wars affected how you see the original movies? For me seeing, so I haven't seen the originals, so please refrain from spoilers.
Battle Freeze is now following.
Thanks for the follow. Those alerts are for Twitch follows. So, hey John, I would love to read the Kenobi one because I love Obi-Wan. Also, if there's any Qui-Gon stuff, I already read the one comic that Sun linked me for Qui-Gon. I find his character fascinating. Lord of the Rings Conquest, I wouldn't even be able to... Let me look up. Lord of the Rings video game
Geo92H is now following.
Thanks for the follow. Battle of Middle-earth. I think it's Lord of the Rings, The Battle of Middle-earth 2. Nope. No, that's not it. No, that is it, I think. Let me look. Let's see, Lord of the Rings. Either that or Return of the King. I'm pretty sure it was... No, it wasn't Battle for Middle-earth. Sorry, that's a really wrong game. It must be Return of the King. It was kind of like that. Maybe. I don't know if I'll be playing today because I get really distracted. Where's my napkin? And you know, if it's really story-based games, I want to be able to chat. That's why I tend to do. Wait, somebody just... I don't know how I just got chat. Did I miss somebody donating? Oh, it's just delayed. Hey, Shrek. Well, thanks for donating $1.99. Thoughts of coronavirus? I mean, it's a flu like any other outbreak. It's good that people are taking precautions. Anything that we don't know a lot of information about, they want to protect society. So be safe out there. If you're more, whether you're immunocompromised or not, don't spread it to people who are. If you're sick, stay home if you can, or use a face mask, wash your hands, cover your nose, that sort of thing. So just be smart about it. It's a flu. It's a flu like any other. I'm not super worried about it, but obviously it's always sad when people die from sicknesses, so. Yeah, I can't remember. It's a game, it was like Return of the King. It was like that where it was like first person. Maybe it was a Two Towers. It was one of those games. But it was definitely, or it could have even been the first game, because I remember going through the tunnel of the move from the first movie. But you like my voice? Well, thank you. You guys ever do that where you hear your own voice and you don't like it? Oh, the Knights of the Old Republic. I played it like a week ago, Bowman. So I should have it, not the first part. It probably was a long time ago that I played the initial part of it. But you should at least see one recently. Knights of the Old Republic. Definitely should be in there recently. It's called the person who took the Zell. True, I should say surrender. Delete your account and give me the handle that I deserve. Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi will die in season 7? No. No. I have not seen 4, 5, and 6. Thank you, Vader. Yes. I know. Every time I've streamed on YouTube so far, I get distracted so when I try to play a game. So I decided just to do just chatting. If you want to see gameplay, Twitch is good to do. I might come back and try. other gameplay. I did Battlefront, but Battlefront's really, really hard to stream lately, so I gave up. I could try later, but you should read. Thank you for the $5, Ray. You should try read Revenge of the Sith novelization by Matthew Stover. Hands down the best Star Wars book. I mean, granted that I like the movie so much, I think that's a fair assumption. So let me look. Matthew Stover. That name sounds familiar too. So let me open a notepad real quick so I can write down. Revenge of the Sith, Matthew Stover. And then I remember someone said the Thrawn series. And then the Dark Discipline series. No, I'm not streaming. I actually can't stream on both simultaneously. I don't have that program. It's possible, but I'm only on YouTube right now because I'm a Twitch affiliate. Once you become an affiliate or a partner, you can't simultaneously stream to 2 different platforms because that's against their TOS. If I wasn't an affiliate, I could, but yeah. Nice. Spring Break's always good. The book really flashes out the movie. Cool. Fleshes out the movie. Nice. That sounds cool. That sounds good. I can only play arcade on Battlefront since their whole PlayStation fleshed. Oh, interesting. I've really been enjoying season 1 so far, so no, I have not read or listened Master and Apprentice. Like I said, the only books I've read, and it's only like the first few chapters of the Darth Bane series. And then some comics. I'm almost done with the Kanan comics. And let's try to refrain from politics, and people can have their feelings, but I think it's not a fair assumption to lump any people into the same category, because that's never, you can look at 2 people from with the same skin, or the same family even, or the same country, and they're not going to be the same. They're not going to have the same viewpoints. Every single person's different. So try to be open-minded about that. Don't just lump people together, and just people, because someone lives in a country does not mean they all agree with the way it's run or how things are. People are born where they're born. You can't control that. Hey, Thomas. Hello to Chile. It is cold. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so we have kind of those mild gray temperatures. So it's middle temps. Hold on, I'm way behind. Hey, Gerald. Yeah, and I'm only halfway through the Jedi Fallen Order, so try not to spoil any video games, because I don't think I finished any of the Star Wars games. Don't spoil any of the original trilogy stuff, or anything past what you see that I have seen on Rebels. Basically, anything that you see on YouTube, pretend that's all I know, because really, that's all I know. Yeah, and no politics in chat. I mean, that goes for anything. I want to recommend parody Star Wars stuff, but pretty much all of it. Yeah, it'll be a while before I can get all fan content, because I know a lot of stuff is based off the original trilogy, and that's fair. Vader's a really popular character, so. Hey, Nico. Good to see you. Jedi Academy. A lot of people have mentioned that. Not as much, though. Bye, Brando. Yeah, it's good to study. Don't worry. We'll be on Discord. We can chat there if you need. My favorite lightsaber color? I mean, purple is pretty cool. Mace Windu did it right. I mean, I think blue's really pretty, but when you see blue and green and red so much, it's like a lot. So I appreciate them all in their own way. I like green. For some reason, I feel like if I saw green with like a more natural hilt, kind of like the Wookiees one. What's his name? I always forget his name, like Guido. Not Guido. His was really cool because it was like a wood hilt and it was green. That was really cool. It's like 50. Between upper 40s and low 60s, I'd say, is what we've been going around for spring. Right now, it is 41 degrees. It's 41 degrees. And overcast. And it was raining outside. Hold on. I have to work today, so I'm setting an alarm to make sure I get off before then. Oh, Rex is my favorite clone. Fallen Order. I don't want to spoil it for other people. It's hard to explain. I did the arena. It took me like an hour or more. Gungi. Yeah, Gungi. Gungi, yes. So his was really cool. I like that. Hard Case was great. Yeah. No, I really like, obviously 5 is great. Rex is close to my heart. Because I think I relate with him because he follows orders because he doesn't like to disappoint or break the rules, but he still will do what's right deep down, and he really feels deeply. Yeah, for me it's easy. Being on the West Coast, it's easier to get to California. But Galaxies is in Florida too for East Coasters, so it always helps when you live closer. Well, yeah. Yeah, people said The Force Unleashed 2 is better. I think I got that one. Hunter, maybe your favorite clone? Oh, the Rambo one? He is pretty cool. I kept saying how I really like he does the whole dagger thing and like pistol, dagger. That was really cool. Yeah, and I feel bad. I can't deny that my feelings are hurt when I saw what Cody did. And I know it's not his fault. I don't blame him. But part of me has a hard time making him a favorite. And honestly, we don't really see as much of Cody, like, in a deeper level. So, it's hard. Yeah, when I say 41, I'm saying 41 degrees Fahrenheit. By the way, for those outside of America where everyone else is the same and we're different. Believe me, I'd love to get more comfortable. In science, we learn it, but I just didn't. It's been a while since I've converted. The second was so good you blew through it. Why would you want... Oh, you guys talking about... I have not played a Lego Star Wars, but I think Vader... Somebody's been asking me so much to play Lego Star Wars, and I will. I will, but I can't do everything at once. I'm really enjoying Rebels so far. Yeah, I like it so far, and people said that season 1's the slowest. So I think that's a good thing. Thank you, David. Appreciate it. There's a lot of Davids. I mean, I guess that's a... Oh, a lot of Davids that say David in their name. Oh, Waxer and Boyle, I know. It was only for a time. And Echo, of course, and the original Domino Squad. Yeah. They did good. Also, Thorn. That was a hecka good, you know. Yeah, I can understand that, Zandra. I think that's why I tend to relate to the clones that are like, they go a lot more to their backstory. Like Rex is in a lot of stuff, so it's easy to make him one of my favorites. Hi, Atome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I will get Lego Star Wars eventually. Hey, Colin. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I'm excited for Rebels. I'm excited to get more in, further along in it. Just like Clone Wars. Clone Wars certainly started off slow, although early season introduced Plo Koon, so I can't ever uh be upset about that. But yeah, it's hard for me. Again, it's hard to compare. Yeah, it's easy for us to say Clone Wars is better than Rebels. Like, I think it's fair. They're different. And yeah, I'd say that Clone Wars, I really prefer it. But I like Rebels a lot too. So that's not saying that I don't like Rebels. It's just saying it's like, oh, it's just like any show. I'm like, my favorite shows are blah, 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 blah. And I could say Rebels is a favorite show. It just might be a little less than Clone Wars, and that's okay. Yeah, I even forgot with Waxer's death. I forgot. Was he on one of those machines? I forgot what they're called. Oops. Ah, my chat stopped scrolling and now I'm really behind. Oh, that's a good idea, Rye. Top 10 favorite? Yes. I've said a few that I always come back to the cube. The box, the cube. What's that? For some reason, I just found, because I saw all the different bounty hunters, I just found that episode really cool. And Lawless there's so much going on. Of course, that's really one, but which clone death do you think was the saddest? Oh man, my memory is not remembering right now. I mean, Fives. Like, he only died because he was trying to do what was right, you know? So. Yeah, I'm really curious to hear more about minor characters or characters that are always like, oh, I want to know more about Qui-Gon. Freaking Qui-Gon. He's so interesting and he's so pivotal to, hello, Force Ghosts and seeing that. Plus, also, I want to learn a lot more about Plo Koon. Like, didn't even give him a voice line in the movies. But yes, thank you, Clone Wars, for making him a character that has voices and opinions and good feelings. Rogue One is coming in a couple weeks. I saw it with any of the new movies, aka Rogue One, Solo, and the sequels. I did see in theater like once. So I have seen Rogue One, but like I said, I saw it back when it came out. And I watched it without context, and I've said this time and time again. There's so much I miss when I don't have context, and so much I forget. So it's very, yeah. Every clone in Jedi Fallen Order is 10 years older than an episode. Hey, Kytex, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? JB, I don't know. How did you? I tried to message where I could for people. Hello from Scotland. Hi, Rosho. Another book for you is Darth Plagueis. Okay. Actually, I've heard, you know, I am curious about him because people said that Darth Plagueis was nicer than Palpatine, so that's curious. Oh. Tup. Yeah. Yaddle and Yoda? I mean, I'd like to think so. Plo Koon is so cute. Oh, I should make a top 10 clones. Yeah. Stop it, lady. You're being a drama queen. Come here. Wait, hold on. Okay. She's just laying on the floor screaming, so I'm gonna give her. I am on issue 11, so I'm almost done. Plo Koon is best daddy. Don't talk about it. Who's my favorite character in the Rebels? I like Kanan because I think there's a lot of mystery about him. Even after reading the comics, there's a lot I like about him. And I don't care about what's canon or not canon because we've had a lot of stuff that wasn't originally canon that is becoming it. So I'm not worried about that. I will. I think I will. It's not in my immediate plans, Alex, but I think I may. But yeah, I think Kanan is my first, and then Hera, because I relate to Hera. And then probably Ezra. But based on what I've seen so far, obviously, I don't know as much about Sabine and Zeb. I did not make videos for The Mandalorian because I had already watched it before I started. I started it before I decided to do reaction videos more intense. So, thank you, Patrick. That's true, Zandra. That is curious. Hello from Hungary. Hello, Farkas. But yeah, so that's why I didn't do Mandalorian. People have asked me that a few times. Most people like reactions if they're fresh. And most of mine are. And some of them, like I said, I have seen them once before. But not remembering gives it kind of a fresh perspective. But Mandalorian, it just came out. But I'd certainly be willing to. But I don't think it'll hit the same way. We could, yeah. Will I put uncut reactions? What do you mean uncut? For what? Right now on Patreon, we're doing highlights. So, like, we did a highlight for Solo with, like, movie scenes. And then we did, we're gonna do that for Revenge of the Sith. Well, we're gonna do it for all the prequel movies I've already done. So we're basically gonna make it shorter with actual movie clips in it. So you won't have to watch along because it'll just highlight, like, some key scenes. And then, so we'll do that. We'll do the highlights with the Clone Wars 03. So we're still coming up with things. Hold on, lady. Uncut, the full length. Episodes of the movies, because the movies are that. Like, the movies are uncut. There's really not too much, like, the episodes probably not, just because there's so many. We can consider it with, like, new stuff, but yeah, I think it will change to Lorenzo, because that's the thing, like, based on those characters, that's who in the beginning you enjoy for, like, for immediate personalities, and we obviously got some of the mystery around them is what's intriguing, but once we know more about them, it could change for sure. Oh, hello to Korea. Thank you. How do I view Rebels versus Clone Wars in terms of tone? I started Rebels seems closer to the light side of the Force versus more dark side for Rebels. I can see that. Obviously, with Rebels and fighting politics, whereas Clone Wars, they're very much political on both sides, fighting to keep their policies, and Rebels is trying to defeat the Empire for the good, I think we would say. But there's a lot of hurt that these characters have experienced and a lot of displacement. So that seems to lean on the dark side. But I think obviously the tone seems more lighthearted for, like, just animation and story-wise. Like, Rebels is meant for a younger audience, I think. Being the bright colors, the comedic value you have in every episode. And I know that'll change, and we've had some great episodes so far that have a little deeper, you know, punch. Is my dog a Star Wars fan? Lady, do you like Star Wars? She doesn't care. Yes, John, exactly. That's my thoughts about it too. I don't worry too much because I think it can be considered canon. It just means they haven't like fully implemented them yet. I think Sun always explains it well. Like, they're just like our myths and our legends in our own culture. We've had these stories go around, and sometimes they're fabricated, but sometimes that we find out they're true. So, JB, don't be a troll. Oh, that's a good point, Kytex. The creases on the eyes, obviously these first new episodes, he's really distressed. So it could be just he's been stressed recently that's showing that, but I don't know if that's necessarily age, but I could be a combination of both. Because crease of the eyes means like he's furrowing a lot and he's stressed, and you kind of show that kind of thing, so that could be that too. I'd love to know more about Kit Fisto too, because people always talk about him, but I don't know how they know him so well. I already did watch Duel of the Droids. Pretty darn sure. I know it's way past this, but can you react to the episode? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did Duel of the Droids, like, recently. Hey, Josh. Oh, thank you. I am. Yes, it's very fun and enjoyable. That's how I feel, Kytex, and I certainly feel for them. They really just don't focus much on them in the Rebels. Obviously, they just be a bam bam. But they are just like, I think someone commented, and I brought this up last time, how it's, you know, the Empire's changing and people are, you know, things are being illegal or not approved by the government, so a lot of people are joining the military just to have a job, just to have an income to support their family. And it's not all most of them aren't all policies when they join the Empire. They're joining because they just want stability. So it's sad. I can agree with that, Oliver. I would like them to have gone more in depth, and that doesn't mean it's the end. I think they still have opportunity to go into a background and a future for Finn. Yeah, Samuel, it's weird to think about it being actually that timeline. It feels like it should be longer. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? So far, I mean, Revenge of the Sith, just because it's emotional and it's really thought-provoking, and a lot of intensity happens in that especially with the Clone Wars show adding so much more emphasis on the feelings and the background of the characters. I think that's my favorite so far. From what I recall, I really like Rogue One when I first watched it, but I don't remember a lot of it, so I need to, once I rewatch it, I'll determine that again. But I remember back then liking it, even without the context. Like, as a movie in itself, like, with someone without Star Wars, a standalone, I remember liking it, so. Who's my favorite character? Like, in Star Wars in general? Plo Koon. Plo Koon, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan. Exactly, Kytex. I feel the same way. It's sad. They don't really give you time in the Rebels, obviously, and other movies to have feelings for their deaths, but I don't know. Probably because he got a lot of crap John's a troll. He knows how to have a good time. Who knows? Things change. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Captain Phasma, they focused so much on her, and then we didn't get enough. I think they were introducing almost too many characters that were interesting, and then we didn't get enough. Hey, Sunil. To be fair, this is my breakfast, JB. I woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna stream. I have short time. I have to go to work today. And I'm starting to feel my stomach be like, why are you not feeding me? Question about the season 5 finale. Do you think it was a good call for Ahsoka to leave the Order, considering her circumstances for getting blamed for a crime she did not commit? Yes. Because she was the bigger person for doing that, because especially Mace, you did not say the right thing. He's like, oh, you know, sometimes things like this, maybe this was your challenge, and now we can bring you back in the Order, and you can be a master. You overcame this challenge. And they didn't apologize, not explicitly. Mace didn't. I think that you could certainly see, you know, obviously Obi-Wan, Plo Koon, Yoda, they were not okay with it. They voted against that. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Citizen. What do you think of the people hating the prequels? People will hate. I don't really care. I have my own opinions and I like them. I don't take too much emphasis on what other people like or don't like, to be fair. I know what I like, and I understand that Star Wars, art, entertainment, I've been over this media, people will have their different interests and people will have their reasons, and that's fine. And I enjoy it for what it is, so. Oh no, Kath, that's scary. It's 10:20 a.m. I woke at 8:30 a.m. I haven't eaten anything, so yes, it would be my breakfast. Oh yeah, I mean, when it comes to, I think Palpatine, I used to hate him. When I first watched the movies, I hated him. I'm like, ew, why do people like Palpatine so much? Then I watched the Clone Wars, and I'm like, I mean, I still hate him, but I love him. Love to hate him. He's a freaking cool, brilliant, just, yeah. Lost Stars. Okay. After OT. I'll have a lot to catch up on. 1920 in Germany? Yeah, 10:21 a.m. If you watch episode 2. Yeah, I think someone pointed that out. Can you use your long intro again? What's my long intro? We did a slightly different one for Rebels from the Clone Wars, but they're relatively the same time, their length. Yes, I will be doing that, Rosho. I'll be doing those, breaking them up, I think, in either 1 or 2 hour segments. I watch commentary, watch along, just like we did with the movies, because it's the easiest to break it down. I do love Dottie Pelps, yes. You're only an hour ahead? Yeah. 1:21 here in New York. I'm on the West Coast, yes. I'm on Pacific Standard Time. -8 GMT. Creamy Sheev is the best. Who is that? $19.20 in France. I love. Hey guys, it's me, Zell. Oh! Well, I try to have a semi-consistent intro. But sometimes I'm just brain farting things, too. Which version of Anakin do you like? Clone Wars or live action? Both, but honestly, the Clone Wars. I really like what Hayden brought to it, and I think in the movies, since it's so condensed and so everything's over the top, it's a space opera. It's over the top, dramatic. I thought he did a good job. Like, it's definitely, and this word is where it fits, cringy in the second movie when their love is awkward. But have you seen some people that are like obsessed with each other? It's that uncomfortable when people have this infatuation with one another. It really is awkward like that. And obviously Anakin, it's like elevated because he's already really strongly connected to his emotions and always on the cusp of dark side leaning, and everything's super like exaggerated emotionally. So he's like, you know, I live in Pacific Northwest, so I'm more up. Yeah, exactly. Hayden is Anakin, and I like what he brought to the character. And you have to remember that this is guidance and direction by a group of people and the way a character is written. And I thought he did it well. Like, he really, especially after watching the Clone Wars show, it made it so much better in the third movie when you saw him, like, you know, just losing the battle with Obi-Wan, being so emotional, or even his conversation with Obi when he's with Padme. He's so conflicted. He just went to the dark side. He wants it to be easy. He just wants to love Padme with everything, but it's not just love. It's obsession. It's controlling. It's all the negative aspects you shouldn't bring into the relationship that just come from the dark side, because he doesn't have a sense of control, because he just gave up his control and gave into his emotions, and he's feeling everything that you shouldn't feel. So, yeah. The most beautiful character? Like, attraction-wise? I mean, live-action Obi-Wan Kenobi, because I think Ewan's wonderful. But, beautiful personality, a Qui-Gon. He's just so calming and comforting. Y'all like gaming. Hey, Raven. Anytime I see the word gaming, I think of you now, because it's always you. Sheev Palpatine. What? That's his first name is Sheev? Why did I never hear this? Or maybe I just... Interesting. I hate Sidious too. And Lawyer likes Sidious. I hate that too. He was fighting for... Oh yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, he was a character written for you to hate, but you hate to love him, but you love him because he's so brilliant. And this huge mastermind plan web that everything's connected and comes back to him and feeds his lust for power. That's brilliant story writing. Sometimes Big Zell runs low on battery, hence the brain farts. We all know Prime Zell is on Twitch. I don't know what Creamer Sheev is, and I don't want to. Plo Koon is my favorite character. But because just the limited amount of things we know about him from the Clone Wars show, his character is always so wonderful and caring and passionate and thoughtful. And I respect that. Exactly, Mango. And I feel that way with all the actors. Do not hate the player, hate the game. Is that what they say? It's a complex thing to put out these stories, and ultimately they're there playing the part, and they are told what to do for the most part by guidance from the director, from the script, from the story, the way they set it up. It's a lot of things. So, are you going to react to episode 2 of the Vader fan films? I'm going to react to most fan films that have been requested, especially the most popular ones, since there's a lot of people that commonly will like them. And obviously, after I finish like the Rebels, finish Clone Wars completely, finish all the movies, I'll be doing more time on things to fill the time. But eventually I'll run out of things to do every day. So I'll try to do like highlights, and we eventually might do like more of a podcasty discussion, delving deep into some thoughts. I have some thoughts now, but there's definitely some background on things I'm not as clear about. So Rex is handsome, yes. There's definitely some handsome clones for sure. And yes, I know they're all clones, but they're all different in their own way. Yeah, Satine is very beautiful, of course. Padme is very beautiful. Ahsoka is very beautiful when she's older. Yeah. Thank you, citizen. Thank you. I think Macy's window is very sad. What's Macy's window? Hola, Axel. Hello to Argentina. Yeah, that's because he's Scottish. Oh, yeah, Ewan's so great. I mean, JB can vouch that I started liking him from Moulin Rouge. And he's just a lovely person. Palpatine used Anakin's mother to pervert his psyche. That was... Huh. I did not know that. Master of trolling, exactly. Their sass. I love it. Anakin and Obi-Wan, they're sass together. And this, obviously, Ahsoka puts in some sass there. But I think, you know, she has that annoying sass when she's younger. And then when she gets older, she's not as sassy. She's more a little mature. And then she has some little things here and there with Anakin to kind of play with him. But I don't think, you know, generally her character is more... she gets just that deep maturity and understanding and hurt that she's starting to understand what's really happening, underlining the politics and the war and stuff. So kind of leads up to that episode with her. But Ahsoka, FBI, open up. No. Dooley is a master that I wish had made it. Yeah. I didn't like, from what I recall, she came off a lot more, which is interesting how people say emotion, because she seems more cold and like almost military-esque, like what was that lady? So, but I think I need to give her more time. Certainly curious. Darth Jar Jar, I believe it. Anakin, control your insolence. The Count is concentrating. What is that from again? I remember that. Is that from the movie or the show? Oh, is that... Oh, Obi-Wan said that. Oh, that's right. Obi-Wan said that to Anakin when they were about to duel Dooku, right? Oh my gosh, that's right. That was so funny. Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's right. When they were all three together. That was so funny. I loved that episode. I never thought it'd be so great that they were all together, just trapped. Oh my gosh. That. Let's see. Yeah, Diamond, that's a possibility. Podcast discs are the books. I'd have to obviously read the books, and I think that'll be eventually, so that's a possibility. No, I appreciate it, yeah. I'm glad Sun figured out how to do mods. I like the game Attic. I like Battlefront 2. Watch Tron Legacy and Uprising. The older ones? I watched the new movies. I actually have not seen the Clone Wars movie. That could be something I go back to and watch. We could do a highlight about it. Yeah. What's my favorite lightsaber duel and why? Palpatine against Maul and Savage. That one was pretty freaking cool. Like, he's freaking everywhere. He's hopping and bopping and flying and cackling and just like evil. Yeah, that was really entertaining. And then, I liked from live action, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, obviously, and Maul was good too. Bravo, is that you again? Thank you, Bravo. May the Force be with you as well. What's the line in the Force be with you? as well, always. There's a specific thing. I think that's from the old. But thank you. I appreciate that. That it really does help, guys. Like, I work full time. And basically, all the stuff I always tell people, all the stuff I get from here helps to go back into the stuff. It helps us to get equipment, helps us to me to help support Sun. So I want to be able to help. You know, if he's spending time on this, he can edit more things for people to see. So I appreciate that. That's why the Patreon is up. People wanted to support in that way. And that's why we have those special highlights, because we have some people supporting on there, and the Grandmaster tier essentially pays for a highlight video. So I really appreciate that. It helps because I don't have from my full-time job, I don't have extra money. That's all going to things, you know, bills, life, animals. But yeah. But appreciate that. Sun told me, so I didn't watch the Clone Wars. So listen, so you have to imagine, Sun was setting me up. I was already hesitant, watching animation. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't super, he's been trying since he met me to watch Clone Wars. So he introduced me to a couple episodes that I actually forgot that I watched of the Clone Wars. I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay. And then like months later, he's like, I'm like, you know what? I just got back from Disneyland and Galaxy's Edge, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready. He's like, yeah. So he's like, he found that list, and he still wanted to do episodes that were like, I requested. I'm like, just give me some things that'll get me as much of the lore of the things as I can. Like, so he gave me the condensed list that gave the main story, anything that was important for the story as a whole of Star Wars. So that's what we started with. He's like, just skip the movie. A lot of people don't like it. He didn't want me to start in a bad end. He didn't want me to start off uninterested, because then I might want to continue. So he wanted me to enjoy and keep going. May the Force be with you always. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's raining out here, James, but that's a lot of the time. So. What's Rube? When you end the original trilogy, I highly recommend you see. I highly recommend you watch that channel. A lot of people like Thrawn. Well, thank you. Thank you for the donation, Wolf. Thrawn series. Watch both the movies, the 2004 movies and the later one that I choose. What do you mean both movies? I thought there's only one Clone Wars movie. Yes, but yes, a lot of people like Thrawn, and I don't even know diddly squat about him. Is he in Rebels? Just don't tell me spoilers, just like tell me like, I'm pretty sure people say he's introduced in Rebels. That's all I need to know. I know enough that he exists. I think it's a different currency. I'm not sure. The Maul, Savage, the Force is strong. Very, yeah. So you mean, did the books come first? The books were first? Okay. My Clone Wars villain, Palpatine. And then Visage, because I like that she kind of went her own way afterwards. She's kind of like that semi-villain in the end. Russian money. Okay. I guess I'll find out when I see it. But yeah, I figured. But yes, I know Legends versus Canon. Yes. Oh, early 90s. Dang. So yeah, I'm excited to know more about him because people are all like, oh, Thrawn this, Thrawn that. I don't know if he'll be my favorite. The ones that are highly militarized and like that's their whole focus are not as interesting. Like I like it's different with like the Jedis and the Sith because they have like their spiritual power aspect as it, whereas like some of the more like the generals and lieutenants that are just in the military are not as intriguing to me, but it's hard to say because obviously the clones are like that, but you get to know their background. So I'm sure we'll get to know the background of Thrawn. It's complex. I recommend the audio since the actor. Oh, that's cool. That's right. When should I read the Ahsoka books? I'll have to go in like 20 minutes. What's my favorite Clone Wars arc so far? Let me think. I think season 5, there was a lot of good arcs on there. That was interesting. I think I really liked... Goodness. The arc that Lawless was in. Do I not have Disney Plus on here? Let me look. I forgot. But yeah. Imagine Trench, but 10 times better. Okay. Oh! Well, I like Trench. Yeah. Let me look real quick. Disney Plus. Clone Wars. Pretty sure it was in season 5. I really like, Oh. No, maybe it wasn't season 5. I mean, yeah, season 4, there was Umbara. I really liked the Kadavo one, like when they were the slave. That was kind of an interesting one. And then the box, okay, undercover Obi was really cool. I liked that one a lot. Him playing that character, and he was so freaking cool. He acted well. He did so cool. Obviously, he had the Force on his side, but he's a good... Yeah, I don't know what. He's so cool. Hey, Robert. Hey, Wolf. Oh, you were reading the cat. It runs into Rebels. Greetings. Hello, Toast. Hello to Berlin. Person I love. Oh, yeah, the Mortis arc was intriguing for sure. It's definitely up there. Obi-Wan, it's a teen. For sure. I will be watching Kenobi. I really want to. Is that one I should wait till after the original trilogies or before? Oh, hello, Nick. Enjoy your dinner. What's for dinner? At least tell me that. I won't probably be on because I have to leave in 18 minutes to go to work. I don't know. I like Cad Bane's fine. He's not my favorite. I know it's Jammers. I can read the first Thrawn book with no worries. Homemade burgers. I'm so hungry. Cad Bane the Savage. Search on YouTube. Dis Pro Mike and I don't know what that is. Kenobi is between episode 3 and 4. Oh! Then I can watch it. That would be cool, Nico, right? But I think they had a good voice actor for her. Watch before the originals. Okay. Let me look. Kenobi. And some of it's just time. Like, it's something I plan on doing, but it's just time. Like, some of these fan films are longer, and I watch an episode every day, and I don't have enough time to do that and watch another fan film if I'm planning on streaming, which I try to get some streams in each week, so. My favorite bounty hunter? I really like... If I'm thinking about that episode... That guy with the hat and the dog is pretty cool. I love Hondo, yeah. Super sexy Savage is what my mom called him. She's not wrong. I found him attractive too. But I felt really sad because his personality was muted after he got switched. Well done. Oh, yes! Yes, I know. Bravo is very, very, very kind. Nick, can you tell your family hello from me? If they care. Enjoy your dinner, though. I don't edit, so I never presume. I never said I edit, and I always try to be very forthcoming about that. I am limited on time and skill in editing. Son of Sons is my, basically I say editor and producer on YouTube, because he, one, helps me to know what to watch and keeps me on track, but also he edits everything, and he's like super quick. It takes him, he said, anywhere between 20 minutes to an hour, depending on the complexity of the edit. For like an episode, it's like 20-30 minutes. If it's longer, like when he does like the highlights from the movies, maybe that, like when he knows him really well, like the prequels, he said it didn't take him like any time. All right, I will say hi to John. Yeah, I'll text him and tell him hi. Planning to do Mando Kenobi. Yes, yes, exactly. Less than a month away now. That's exciting. Embo, yes, thank you. Embo. I do like Cad Bane, yes. I find him interesting. He's just not my favorite for whatever reason. I don't like Aura Singh. Her thing in her head makes me uncomfortable. I really miss the droid that Cad Bane had, though. He was so cute. The little friend that he blew up. But yeah, Embo's cool. I really like the Tentacly guy. The Tentacly guy... There's one guy, I feel like I'm forgetting a guy, one of the bounty hunters that I liked as well. Hold on, I think they actually had a picture. Maybe not. Nah, can't remember. I don't really know enough about Boba and Jango enough. I mean, I know Boba younger, but I think after I see the original, I'd be able to say more. Oh yeah, they haven't even started filming Kenobi. No, Kenobi fan film, yeah. Most bounty hunters are pretty cool. Hey Daniel, hola. I want to see bounty hunter arc with Boba Fett and Cad Bane. Yeah, I'd like to see more of Boba, him older and not so angry, angsty teen. All right, I texted John. Hello. Thank you for creating YouTube. You really thank you. Have a good one, Kath. Thanks for hanging out. Total. All. Yeah, all in Spanish. I do know. Yeah. Toto. Oh. I know. Toto's so cute. I'd love to get a little like figurine of him. He was so cute. Takes me roughly the same time to edit. Always the bottleneck. Have you read any expanding universe? I have not. I told people I'm really, really limited on my on what I've read in Star Wars. I've done comics. I've almost finished Kanan comics. I've read Son of Dathomir. I think I've read the first issue of Darth Maul, the first issue of Darth Vader, and I've read the first issue of Qui-Gon, but I think they've only released one of Qui-Gon. No, they need Kenobi sooner than that. Would I rather see Rex or... I mean, if it was Rex, if they were showing Rex trying to assassinate somebody, no, I didn't want to see that. What about Kylo Ren? I'm hesitant to talk about the sequels because a lot of people don't like them. So... And I still need to rewatch them since my knowledge. The only movie I have watched since I've done more Star Wars has been the 9th movie. And I know that's very, very mixed with people. So I'm going to refrain from doing that so I don't end on a bad note. So I love Mandalorian. I thought it was really cool. The one episode I didn't like, it was kind of drawn out, was when they were in the village. It just seemed kind of random to me. Like, all of a sudden they're fighting and then they go to this village and then they didn't really explain the time gap very well. The only thing you would have known there was a time gap was he's like, oh, I guess we have to get going or something. It's been a few weeks. It was weird. Where they were fighting the Empire or whatever was there. I don't know. I forgot. But why am I getting a phone call? So yeah. But otherwise, I liked it. I really liked the droid. The nurse droid. You have to read Dark Discipline. After the Clone Wars? Okay. Matt Lanter, who's that again? I miss the clone. When I was watching the move live action, I was missing the voices of the clones that I was used to hearing. So that made me a little sad. What do I think about Bosk and his species? I think it's really cool. I mean, I play Bosk. Bosk is fun on Battlefront. I know he has some bugs from last I heard, but maybe they got updated. But I think it's really cool. I don't really like them conventionally, as in, like, they're hunters and they captured people, Trandoshians, and they're basically like the enemy of the Wookiees, and I love the Wookiees, and the Wookiees are so great and sweet. I feel the same, Gil. Anakin voicing. Oh, yeah. But I thought he did a good job. The voice actors were basing it off of... I feel like most of the voice actors, like Obi-Wan, Anakin, Padme, were basing it off the live action. The Clone Wars seemed the most different, like, to me. But I liked the Clone Wars versions of their voices. But we didn't hear probably as much of them talk from the movies. Yeah, The Last Jedi split Community half. And I think I'd have to see the movies again. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to go too deep. I think that's a conversation. But yeah, I haven't seen episode 4, 5, and 6. So yeah. The thrill of the hunt. No worries, Daniel. I didn't catch it, so. Most people don't realize what I have and haven't seen. So the mods are here just to prevent things. Do I know Order 66? Unfortunately, yes. Hey, Sharon, how's it going? Oh, she just said be right back. Oh, come on, edgy baby boba. It's adorable. I missed your entrance. Yeah, that's fair, Wolf. And I still need to see, and that's a thing. So obviously, most people's entrance to Star Wars is the original trilogy. That wasn't my experience. I have returned for a short time. What are you doing right now, John? Are you on break? Are you on lunch? It wasn't the story of TLG. It was a delivery. Yeah. Bye, bye. Bye, Scotland. Bye, Roshu. That's true, hell. That's true. And obviously, again, kind of like I said earlier, I can't group all Trandoshians into the same category. I think they're a really interesting species. I didn't like, obviously, where they were hunting all those people. That's really sad. But I understand, obviously, too, like, if they were to, like, if it was a survival thing, like, they ate them, that's one thing, but it's for the thrill. And, again, I love Wookiees. I watched the episode with the Wookiees where they attacked the Trandoshians, and I watched the video. I watched the one with. I keep having Guido ever since. I keep calling him Guido, and that's not his name. Gungi. I'm excited to see 4, 5, and 6. Yes. I like episode 3. It's my favorite so far. A Trandoshan Force user. Whoa. Catch the first Thrawn trilogy and the Dark Empire graphic novel. They are both very good. Dark Empire. When should I watch those? Dark Empire graphic novel. Yeah, I will be reading the Thrawn series because at multiple, like many people, that's probably like the top one people have referred to. Hey Simon, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Returned he has. Hello, hey Mick. Hello to Switzerland. Colette tu buco de sucio. What, John? Baby Yoda versus Baby Groot. Who would win? Baby Yoda. I love Groot, and he's adorable. Oh, the originals is closer to Rebels. Okay. That's fair, John. That's fair. And I think that's, honestly, from what I've heard historically, that seems to be a lot of things with Star Wars. There's very loud people with their opinions. And that's fair. But don't scream so loud that you are the right one and the people who have different opinions are the wrong ones. Like, just agree to disagree. Like, it's fine. Like, people can still like something and you not agree with it. Hello, Speedlink. Hello from Germany. The Clone Wars, a show, yeah. I'm excited to get into season 2 and beyond of Rebels. How many seasons is it? 5? 4? Are they still? It's done too, right? Darth Plagueis the Wise. I'm not the epitome of the English language in speaking. What? I do not know any German, unfortunately. But other people may. TLG would have been better a standalone film, like Jammer said. That's true, and I think that's hard. I think like people made a good point about them trying to do the whole trilogy thing and trying to fit stories in, and they're like, that would have been good, a story, but maybe put that in the show, or maybe put that in a standalone movie. So it just wasn't, like you said, executed. It probably meant well, but yeah. I enjoyed episode 9. I really like Rebels. I am working on Darth Bane, yes. Hey, Jean. Aw, yeah. Yeah, I have not seen the originals yet, but I will be. Eventually. Hey, bye, Daniel. Thank you. Hey, Mick. Thank you. Appreciate it. I know. I'm excited for Witcher. I've still only seen the first episode because I still wanted to make it a reaction somehow, but I've been too lazy and not had time to edit it. Because I am trying to edit that one myself. I actually did watch How the Rise of Skywalker Should Have Ended. Somebody made me watch it live and stream it. It's funny. Alright, bye, Nick. Take care. Enjoy your dinner. I've watched Rogue One once when it first came out. But I'll be rewatching it and recording. I will be watching The Chosen One and Kenobi. Yes. As soon as I watch A New Hope, watch SC-38. Yeah, that one's been said a lot too. SC-38. 38. After A New Hope. Okay. Ewok Sith. That would be cool. Didn't Sam Witwer just say that? Yeah, it's really spanned generations for sure. I'm ending the stream in 2 minutes. Bye, Toast. Hey, Wolf, thanks for the rubes. Can you say privet Dima? Privet Dima. I don't know the last part. I know privet. Hopefully I'm not saying anything inappropriate, but I know privet's like a greeting, so. Unless Dima's the name? Have I seen the screen rant pitch meetings? I have not, I don't think. Well, no do sons. Hey, Skin! Thank you! Hello to Denmark. Only 23 days that I watched Clone Wars. Yay! Yeah, I have to work, so that's why I have to leave now, but, I'm working at the kennel today, which is my old job, and they actually needed help. That's my first time back working this position and not just walking the dogs. So I might do a short stream of showing around the kennel on Twitch later today after the shift at like 6. But yeah. One question, where am I from? I'm from America. I'm from the Pacific Northwest in the United States. Thank you, Magnus. Oh, my alarm's going off. Yep, so thanks so much for hanging out today, guys. It's been fun just chatting. I knew I could have streamed, like, Star Wars The Old Republic or something, but I know when I tend to do, especially YouTube, that it ends up just chatting. So I decided I'm just gonna sit here and just chat and hang out with you guys for a bit. Again, if you want to see more live streams, I've been doing some Star Wars games or random stuff. Go and follow me on Twitch, XELLLE. If you can follow there. Like I said, I might be doing a stream later, IRL, just showing around the kennels and dogs. We'll see. Otherwise, I will see you the next time. So, bye guys.